Finally making this video after 5 years of, the first time that I recorded it. And so, quick backstory. Um, why am I starting this channel? Let's start there. I'm starting this channel because I want to document my journey. My journey, to me at least, has been a long one in terms of achieving success, entrepreneurship. Started this in 2020. Well, really, it was 2021. But, long story short, my mom was diagnosed with COVID. She got really sick. I've never seen her like that in my life. And that just sparked something up in me to say, I don't want my mom to die poor, basically. And so every venture of mine since then, and maybe I'll get into some of that stuff in this video, has been dedicated to trying to get my mom and my family a better life. And so, yeah, I recorded this video 5 years ago. I had bought a camera online, and honestly, my phone camera was good enough. I didn't have to go and buy a whole camera, which is why I didn't. It's part reason why I didn't post that video, because it didn't look and sound as good as I thought it would. But that wasn't even an excuse, really. I was just kidding myself back then. Now I can see, looking back. And maybe I'll just stitch that video to this. But but yeah, so my intention with this channel is to just document my journey. And so it's funny that I started my entrepreneurship journey. Bro, I keep adjusting this thing. If you guys see my setup, it's sketchy, bro. So I've been trying to make money online for the last 5 years, right? And what a rocky road it's been, because so far I've made about $2,000 online, which is okay, I guess, better than zero. But considering how long I've been doing it for, it's just I know I could have done better. I've seen people start, and not to compare myself, I know not to do this, but I'm just being real, honestly. I've seen people start ahead of me, or start after I've started, and find success, and I'm still in this rut, and I know everybody's journey is different. I'm not demotivated. I still have the, I don't want to say motivation, but for lack of a better word, to chase my dreams. I've done so much so far. I've quit my job, which was honestly a good idea. I was about to say it was a bad idea, but I genuinely cannot see a negative circumstance that came out of that. Yes, I wasn't able to support my family in the way that I was back then. But then now we're in a position where we can start literally from the bottom and rebuild our foundation. Because back then we were on shaky foundation. And so I'm really grateful of the place I'm in currently in life. And it's only up from here, honestly. It could get worse, who knows? Okay, so yeah, where do I wanna? Okay, where am I currently in life? By the way, I'm just reading my notes here because I know I'm a yapper. I like switching topics. So where am I currently in life? Location wise, I'm in Uval, Johannesburg, which is where I've lived for most of my life. And so, as I mentioned, before I quit my job, it was literally down the street, but it was a better side of the town, as compared to where I am now. I currently live with rats, bro, which I never saw coming for myself. But you know, I guess it's a part of the journey. Um, Career wise, um, starting, and I've been starting, but maybe I should just walk you guys through my entrepreneurship journey. 2021, I started an SMMA. Oh my god, bro! Started an SMMA. The height of Iman Gaji online business. That people, you guys remember that. So started there. Booked a few meetings, did a few cold calls. I didn't do enough volume, Alex Omozi would say, for me to see success, and so failed at that. Completely my fault. And then I don't know, like I tried other things. I've tried affiliate marketing, which is where I've made $2,000 online. So referring people to school, and yeah, now I want to build a coaching business for multiple reasons. So number one is for me to learn. Hold on. I'm literally hearing this rat, bro. Number one is to learn coaching skills, is to learn sales, to learn communication skills, sales, like I said, sales, marketing. There's a whole lot of skills that I can learn from this, which I believe are valuable skills to have for the rest of your life. And so for me, I just said, okay, you know what? I'm gonna leverage what I know already, which is like how to solve a Rubik's cube in like at the time of this recording, it's like 15 seconds. I'm gonna teach people how to do that. I'm gonna synthesize the roadmap that I used and then teach people how to do that. So that's currently where I'm at in terms of my career, and I have a sales call planned, scheduled for 4 hours from now. And so, first sales call, it shouldn't have been, but again, I have a problem with volume, bro. I don't do enough. I don't do enough. I don't reach out to enough people. Lately, I have, but like not consistently enough for me to see, you know, results. And so, yeah, I have a call today. Hopefully, I close him. If I don't, it doesn't matter. I'm just gonna keep doing what I know. Um, and yeah, where am I in terms of headspace? Um, as long as I'm working, I'm okay. I just miss the gym because I, bro, that's crazy. I miss the gym because, like that's like a lot of my life, or all my life really, I've been like super skinny, and I was made fun of growing up, and I didn't realize how big of a effect it had on me until, how long is this video? Oh, still like 8 minutes. So yeah, I didn't understand how much it would affect me until like I got into my adulthood, and I realized I had like really like low social, um, well, self-image. And so yeah, I hit the gym and I found more than just confidence in my self-image. You know, I'm not gonna get into that because that's not the point of this video. But I stopped going to the gym because like I'm trying to like really leverage all the hours I have, um, within reason, to make this work. So yeah, I had to stop going to the gym, which like I don't recommend. I honestly think everybody has time to work out. It doesn't matter who you are, but like quite literally, making money for me right now is more important than being fit. Like I'm not unfit. I wouldn't say I'm unfit. But yeah, anyway, um, so yeah, that's where I'm at currently. And my action plan is I am going to first of all make the a video on this channel once a week, and I'm gonna try and not edit it because like that's another thing about me. I make a lot of mistakes. I have a lot of um bro, this rat is about to make me crash out. I make a lot of mistakes and I am not comfortable in sitting in my own discomfort. And so yeah, like I'm gonna try not to edit this video. And yeah, action plan in terms of my business. I'm gonna do the sales call. I'm gonna do the sales call. I'm gonna um, still like do what I know I should do, which is like attract people to my business, my offer, uh, speak to them, get on calls, convert them, and deliver a service and get paid. So yeah, that's my action plan, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. So I'll update on this channel every once in a week. And oh yeah, let me talk about my goals. I knew something was missing. And then finally, my goals are, well, this is like, I'm not a, this is not an extensive list, but I want, like at least short term, I want to move to Sandton, which is an upmarket. Like it's basically, it's almost like saying, I want to move to Los Angeles. Because like a lot of the creators that I watch, they grew up in, uh, like not so good neighborhoods, and then they make a bit of money and then they move to LA, and then like, whatever. So that's our LA here in South Africa is basically Cape Town really, but then like for me, like short term I want to move to Sandton because I've worked there before. I know the environment. I know the headspace that I'm in when I'm in that environment, and I want to operate from that every single day. And so, me living in Yeovil, a place I've literally grown up in for the last like 2 decades, I'm trying to become a different person than I was even yesterday. And so, for me to try and change somebody who's literally grown up here for decades, like I'm working against myself. And so, like, as soon as I can afford it, I'm moving to Sandton. Um, you know, and then eventually, I wanna. Okay, these are like my materialistic goals, by the way. I want a GT3 RS. Um, I have a new fascination. I really didn't like Porsches. I didn't like Porsches ever. But yeah, the GT3 RS is a car that speaks to me now. And it's something I ignored. I was like, nah, I don't want it. I don't want it. But the more I just like see it, come across it, um, is just the more I'm open to it. Anyway, there's that. And yeah, I have like meaningful goals as well. Like I want to get married, I want a wife, I want to start my own family, I want to travel. Um, I feel like the Lord is calling me to, I don't want to be hyper specific, but like He's calling me to ministry. I'll put it that way. Um, a ministry of some sort, um, for my country. Like I look at my country, I see the culture currently, whether it's in media, in on social media, or like even outside, like where I live, I see people the way they live, um, and I grieve over that, bro. Like I want people to live better lives. I want people, like, people don't know the gospel, right? Like they've heard it, they've heard a variation of it, but most people don't understand it. And so for me, I was in a similar place, and I was like, bro, what does it matter to me? Like I was doing me. I'm only saved like a year now, and um, I already feel this deep calling to like evangelize and spread the gospel, man. You know, so yeah, that's a um, that's something I feel like I'm being called to, and so I don't feel like I'm going to be a Rubik's Cube coach for the rest of my life. I feel like I want, not want to, but like my ideal lifestyle would be me doing what I love, and I do love coaching. I do love cubing, but there's a lot more that I would want to do, and I want to stream too. That's the other thing. That's another goal. I want to stream my life and basically be a lifestyle streamer. You know, there's a lot of interests I have. Skateboarding is an interest. It's a lot of stuff. So let's see who this is.
Okay.
Hello.
Where's your mom? phone is
They
not
went
going
to church with
Oh, okay. What
Antonia.
of Antonia too?
Same with her. Yeah.
No wonder I've been trying to call. It's not going through.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, there's a lot of like interests that I have. Skateboarding, tennis. Like there's a lot of stuff that I know is cool stuff that I want to do day to day, which I believe like I want to make money out of, you know. So yeah, that's like basically me as an introduction to who Tim Gossi is. But we'll see where this channel will get to in a few years. I honestly don't have much doubt that I'm going to achieve these goals. It's just a matter of time, basically. And so, um, yeah, I guess that's the first video of this channel, and then I'll see you guys in